What is MCP and why do you need it? When you use an LLM by itself, it has limited capabilities. So for example, here I am in Claude and I want to know how many pull requests are open in this repository. And the answer it gives me is that it doesn't have the ability to directly access GitHub repositories. And that's expected because an LLM is only able to use the data it was trained on, and it cannot access external tools. But look what happens when I already have installed the MCP server from GitHub in my Claude desktop app. I can ask the same question, and now it's able to fetch the information from GitHub and tell me how many pull requests I have open. But what is happening behind the scenes? Before we go into this, let's highlight two elements of this graph. The MCP server is a tool provider that exposes specific capabilities. In the example we saw, it was the capability of connecting to GitHub and check how many pull requests are open. The MCP client is a sort of middleware. It knows how to interpret the requests from LLMs, and it knows how to use the MCP server tools to be able to respond to those tool requests. Let's walk through it. It starts by the user sending a message to the desktop app. In our case, it was a message about how many pull requests are open in this repository. The LLM interprets that and realizes that it needs more information. It needs the tool to grab information about the pull requests. So then it sends back to the app this request for external tools and data. The app is going to then communicate to the MCP client and is going to say, hey, the LLM is asking for this specific tool. The MCP client is going to check the tools available, check that everything is connected, and is going to send back an information to the app, saying, yes, I have those tools capabilities. The app is then going to ask for permission for the user to be able to execute that tool. Once the user grants this permission, the app is going to again send an information to the client and say, execute this tool. The MCP client is going to find the MCP servers related to that tool and is going to ask that specific MCP server to execute whatever request the LLM had sent. In this case, tell me the pull requests in this repository. Once the MCP server sends this response to the client forwards this to the desktop app. And now the desktop app is able to send the information that the LLM had asked for. And it's going to say, these are the pull requests in this repository. And then the LLM is going to interpret this result and transform this to text. And that's how the app is able to display this final response to the user. In summary, Model Context Protocol is a standard that connects large language models to external tools. This allows us to build an ecosystem of tools that can be extended, shared, combined, and this transforms the AI from an isolated system to a powerful one, because you can combine as many tools as you need. I hope this was useful. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next one.